So yeah, we have like a magnet inside of us, and I guess it was God's way of like activating us, from that first hug, and I think that this hug happened um, after we had our first little fight or our first little misunderstanding, but it really wasn't my motherfucking misunderstanding because shit, I saw that motherfucker go from 0 to 100 in under 2 seconds, okay? So I guess we needed that to happen in order for God to bring us back together because, that little one day that we were separated, I was like, I don't give a fuck if he don't call. I ain't fucking calling him. I don't give a fuck if I don't see him no more. I don't give a fuck. I'm over here spazzing out for real, y'all. Like, I don't believe this nigga. I said the word again, nigga. I said nigga again. Anyhow, um, and it was just something about when we hugged, you know, um, I think it kind of not only did it activate us, but we we really, I think it was the door opening of respect to each other. You know what I'm saying? Because that was when we actually was able to synchronize, and that was the actual day that I allowed him to spend the night. And oh my God, I forgot what it was like to have the opposite sex laying on the opposite side of you. Mind you, for years I've always had books on the other side of me and my dog at my feet. Yes, I sleep with books in my bed and my dog was on the other side. Was down at my feet. I'm a nerd. I used to I ran the streets for like 21 years of my life. I uh I started running the streets when I was like 11 years old. I got into prostitution, I got into using drugs, I got into selling drugs, and I got into gang banging. I was a GD queen, gangster disciple queen. I did not get jumped in. I wasn't no follower. I never been a fucking follower. Only thing I followed was God Himself. All that other, nope, not me. I've always led myself, and I didn't let people talk to me any kind of way. I would literally beat people asses. And yes, the Empress has a record, a rap sheet, whatever fuck you want to call it. Yeah, that motherfucker like 7 pages. I got some indecent exposure. I know I got 2 charges of beating the police ass. I'm talking about shit that shit happened. There was a problem. I got into the solution. I didn't care how I had to get into the solution. I handle it. You know what I mean? I ain't call mama. I ain't call brothers. I handle it myself. So that's what hurts me the most. That my twin is going through so much right now, and he is ashamed or the guilt. All he had to do was just call me. All he had to do was just call me, and I was like, okay, what's the problem? Now let's get into the fucking solution. And it problem solved. I'm a problem solver. I don't sit in problems. I used to, but I had to learn how to have problems in order to figure out how to solve the damn problem. And as I kept going and finding myself in so many problems and so many situations, and then it was so. But that's why I got seven rap sheet. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't know I ain't have to fight and cousin all of this, test people shit up and tear my shit up. I didn't. That wasn't the solution. I was infusing the fire, and you like out of fire go from a fire to a bonfire. Yeah, that's me. You know what I'm saying? I wreak some havoc on some shit, especially when you piss me off, make me mad. So I know my twin has a temper. And that's the thing about it. When you are a loyal person with a pure heart, pissing us off is you don't want to do that, because it's not you don't want to do that. I'm just saying don't, because you're not gonna like the ending results. And so I think that's another reason why my twin is challenging me so much and trying to piss me off so much. But I mastered that. So how can you keep pressing the person, but if they master it, you know what I'm saying? And again, just like you know. My twin, he thinks that I'm angry at him, I'm mad at him, I'll never forgive him. Guess what? Even though we're gods, we still are in a human world and living in human bodies, and we have to feel the feelings that humans feel. And I know this kind of like might sound crazy to some, but we are gods having human experiences. Like I used to love that. Oh, I'm a spiritual being and I'm a spiritual being having human experience. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. We all, for real, are gods and goddesses. And in society, whoever these 8 motherfucking rich men that sit on their ass, probably fucking each other and blowing cigar smoke up each other's asses, tried to figure out how can we fuck up the world. They ain't even pinky in the damn brain. It's an asshole and an asshole bigger than that asshole. And it's 8 of them assholes sitting at one motherfucking round table. That's how fucked up this shit is. Literally. So again, we made me forget what the hell I was saying. But anyway, yeah, we started synchronizing, and when he turned in the bed, I turned. When I turned in the bed, he turned. And then it wasn't just us turning, it was pulling each other in closer to each other. I forgot what that felt like. And then to wake up and say, good morning, how did you sleep? And he working, like really right across the street from where I live. You know what I'm saying? So his boys didn't have to come pick him up and take him to work. All he had to do was just walk outside and walk across the street. You know what I'm saying? So work was like, bam, how good can God get? You know what I'm saying? And and again, that feeling of, watching him get ready, take a shower. Only thing I just don't like, he don't grease his body down. He don't lotion his body down. But I'm like, that's my job. But it ain't my job because he ain't my man. But that's the kind of shit that I do. You know what I'm saying? With my man and for my man, I lotion you down, you lotion me down. I grease you down, you grease me down. This is what we do. You know what I'm saying? That's my body, this is my body. That's my body, your body, your body. You know what I'm saying? We each other's bodies. And we take care of our bodies, And so anyway, long story short, he just jumped in the shower, threw his clothes on and shit. I mean, it got to the point that I really was doing wifey damn duties in here, okay? I'm talking about he would bring his clothes, I'll wash them, I'll fold them up, put them in his little bag. He'd take it back to his little hotel, you know what I'm saying? And, it was what it was, you know what I'm saying? And, we were just living life, it was just us. You know what I'm saying? And doing what a man do, doing what a woman do. And like, one day he decided to get off of work, well, every time he got off of work, he went to his hotel room, and freshen up. You know what I'm saying? And then he'll bring his beer. I had so much damn beer in my refrigerator. I started to call the goddamn, what is that, the drug and administrator, alcoholic people shit. I got a case for you shit. But I'm just playing and joking, because I love to laugh and I love to make people laugh, because that's one thing about it. We should show more of our actual personality and who we really are instead of walking around with a stick up our ass, you know what I'm saying? Whatever, but I remember he called me, we open the door. I'm outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm here. A little, our little keywords. You know what I'm saying? And I would get so happy when I hear those little 2 words. You know what I'm saying? Because for real, it had got to the point I couldn't even get him to speak a sentence no damn more. I like, damn, did I put it on him and shut him up at the same time? What the fuck? Then I was like, whoa, when he started talking, this is going to be a bitch because he going to be like a chatterbox. I'm like, if he ain't talking, don't worry about it because when a person, I'm just, this just a free tip right here. If you got a man and he don't talk, don't teach him how to talk. Because when that motherfucker start learning how to talk, he gonna talk your goddamn head off. I'm just saying. Vice versa with a woman. You got to know how to keep your peace. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, I'm hoping y'all enjoying this conversation. I'm gonna title this magnetized. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be part 3 to part 2 because part 2 was like only 6 or 7 minutes. And so, everything all good. I'm gonna upload all of these onto my YouTube channel, which is Empress 2020, the Fifth Element, and because I'm a real Empress with royal blood. Something happened to me in 2020 and I can't remember what it is. Maybe you tarot card readers will help me figure out or help me understand why 2020 was so significant for me. But I'm learning to pull cards now, but I'm practicing with my own cards because I'm using my cards to help me tell stories of what has happened in the past 8 months with me in my spiritual journey. Because again, me creating my own cards was what helped me to get out of a lot of the hurt, the pain, the disappointment, the heartbreak. Because again, we didn't know that we were actually each other's hierarchy soulmate until he left my city. And I'm gonna again talk about that in probably in this video in a few minutes. But again, right now I'm trying to explain why I call myself Empress 2020, the Fifth Element, because God gave me power over earth, air, fire, and water. So those are the 4 elements of the planet. So because I am the 5th element, God chose me to hold all 4 elements in my hands. So again, I know the power that I have. I don't need a tarot card reader telling me you just don't know how powerful you are. I do know how fucking powerful I am, and these 8 months has taught me how powerful I am. And because see, before all of this happened, I was always praying, God, why I'm not in my purpose? What is my purpose? And that's why you have to really be careful when you ask God for things, because when He give it to you, are you going to be able to handle it? Like with my first husband, I was like 46. I was like, God, I'm getting old. I ain't gonna never get married. I need a husband. I didn't say I want him to be loving, caring, kind, a father, a daddy, a provider, a protector. I ain't asked for none of that. I just asked for a man and a husband. And guess what? I got a man and a husband. But I had a special kind of husband. And at the time, I was a special kind of wife. We had a lot of mental and emotional and spiritual and psychological challenges. We were slow. I mean, slow. And but any man that God has ever sent me, I knew that it was always my duty not to run over them, but to invest in them, whether it's mentally, emotionally, spiritually, psychologically, to help build them up, never to tear them down. So when I started hearing a lot of these, once, my counterpart went home, and he ghosted me for real, y'all. He ghosted me. He dropped me like a hot ass potato, and then he stepped on it, like smashed it. Like picked your foot up and smashed it into the ground. Like, yeah, bitch, I don't ever want to see you again. And I ain't did nothing to this man. But see, he didn't know I was a seer. And I'm a clairvoyance of all the avoidancy. I can hear, I can see, I can taste. I use all of my senses, all my senses as gifts. I can see into the future. I can see what God wants me to see. I'm not gonna say I see everything because then I'll be lying. I'm a goddess, but I'm not the God or the gods. I'm a God. This, you know what I'm saying? And so I saw him, he stopped answering my phone calls, he stopped answering my texts, and I was trying to forewarn him, but I'm gonna tell y'all something for real. When the day he got ready to leave, right? He was so angry because he had got into it with one of the little co-worker, little young boy. You know what I'm saying? He was trying to, how they do, my ball's bigger than yours, and this, that, and the other. Instead of him rising above and not want to beat the boy ass and challenge him, you know what I'm saying? But, when you still dealing with unresolved issues like your childhood issue, father issue, mother issue, when that shit is not resolved and unsolved, you really stuck where you are as a child. You know what I'm saying? Like for me, I have PTSD. We both have PTSD because we've been traumatized all our lives. And that's why, I can't be upset with my counterpart. I can't be angry with him. We are the same soul. And he's still slow, y'all. He's still slow. Again, I got another special kind of husband, you know what I'm saying? But this one is my kingdom husband. You know how you could be so smart you dumb as fuck. That's that's how I look at my kingdom husband. He's so smart, he dumb as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You sometimes you just gotta accept shit about you that you know what I'm saying. I love my back fat. You know what I'm saying. I done lost a lot of weight and I got skin hanging from under my arm. I don't give a fuck. This still a part of me. It's still attached to me. Do I like it? Hell no. But guess what? I love it because I'm alive to see it. I'm alive to feel it. I'm alive to touch it, and it's still a part of me. So how can I say I don't like any parts of me? Like people tell me I have a flat ass. They say I have a white woman's ass, and I'm like, what the fuck is all of that? I got an ass. You understand? People take things and blow things out of proportion. You know what I'm saying? I just be grateful for the small thing: toilet tissue, a bar of soap, water. You understand? Motherfucker, sometimes a pack of crackers. Cause I got all the food in the world in my house, but sometimes I just want a pack of damn crackers and a bottle of water, and that's dinner for me. You know, I be praying for the world, and I pray for people that God bring across my mind. You know what I'm saying? I truly surrender to my spirituality and being a spiritual being. I know I'm not of this world. Ain't none of us of this world. And that's what we need to snap out of. We all are powerful entities within our own individual self. And we had this little small percentage of government or rich assholes that's taking our energy to keep us pressed down and under their feet. But it's time for us to rise up and reclaim our power and take our energy back from their ass so we can live a rich and inspiring life. And that's what these 8 months have been teaching me, how to take my power back and not and protect it. And so, my twin, I was, protecting him and trying to help. He real slow, y'all. I'm telling y'all. But he's figuring it out, and that's why God had me to withdraw. See, my twin is angry and upset with me because when he ghosts me, oh, it's cool. He could do that. He could do that. But when I kept trying to cover him, shield him, protect him, and then I remember one tarot card reader, she had pulled some cards, and she was like, "He's so proud of you." He was like, "You took down all his enemies, and you didn't know they was his enemies." We are of the same soul. I feel you. I see you. Whoever's against you, they against me because part of you is part of me. So if you try to hurt the other half of me, I have to take you out. Because if you take him out, you trying to take me out too. So when God told me, okay, he don't want to call you, he don't want to text you no more, pull back. And so I stepped back. He said, no, I want you to pull out. I want you to step back, and pull out. I said, what? He said, I want you, I got to write this down for myself. He said, I want you to step back. What I say? God, I'm going to have to rewind the doggone video. Step back. Oh, I'm gonna have to rewind the video to figure out what I said. But anyway, so when I stepped back and I took back, and then I took back, and I withdrew. I know it's not exactly what I said, but I'm gonna listen to it and I'm gonna get it down pat. Cause I make customized T-shirts too. You know what I'm saying? I do a whole lot of things. I do obituaries. I do business cards. I do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? I'm very creative. I'm very talented. So is my twin. You know what I'm saying? But he wants to hang out in the soft node with the have-nots. You know what I'm saying? And instead of focusing on really getting on his grind, but he has to do the soul work, and him not doing the soul work is him dealing with his childhood issues, dealing with his low self-esteem, dealing with his low self-worth. I had to do that shit. Was it easy? Hell no. Was it hard? Hell yeah. Cause you got to literally go back and feel them feelings and then ask yourself why you feeling this way. And guess what? You got to forgive those people that fucked you up. But at the same token, you got to look at it wasn't them, it was me, because guess what? I didn't stand up for myself. I didn't check their ass. I allowed this to happen to me because I didn't stand up for me. So now that I'm grown, I got to fix this shit. You know what I'm saying? But the most important part, though, I got to forgive me in order to forgive them, because I got to stop blaming people, places, and things for shit that I allowed to happen to me. And see, my twin, because he's not conversating with me, man, I have his ass whipped and shaped in no time. He, baby, look. But see, I know what I'm capable of doing, and I know what I can do. But see, I got God. That's why God told me to step back and pull back and withdraw my love. I had to step back and sat in what's the word? Uh, what's that word? Uh, you know how you have to observe the situation. We'll just use that word, right? I had to step back and do an analysis to observe the situation. Now, look, he ain't doing no more than I'm allowing. So, guess what? I'm going to stop calling. I'm going to stop texting. I'm done with that. Then God say to take back. I said, take back what? He said, take back your love, take back your energy. I said, what? So I'm obedient to God. So I withdrew my love, and whoa, that shit hurt it. I mean, literally, because when you are a half soul, your hearts are intertwined. So when I pulled back my soul, it was like, it's like it's one heart, right? But it's two sets of veins running into that same heart. That's the way God got us connected. So when God say to take back, and once I stepped back, that deactivated my magnet to Him. And then when God say to take back, that means take back my love. When I took my love, my heartstring disconnected from His. That shit hit me like literally in my heart. And then when God said to withdraw, I said, what? He said, your energy. I said, what? And boy, when I withdrew my energy, it's like, you know how anything that we got to put into a plug, that plug is your power source, right? And see, I'm a visionary, so I want y'all to see what I'm saying. And again, I give a lot of examples, and I will constantly begin examples as long as I'm doing card reading, whatever I'm doing. My job is to educate the world, teach the world, make sure I know you got it. But if you're a little special, you know what I'm saying, a little slow, it's okay. We can slow it down and rewind it, or you're gonna have to contact me, and we're gonna go to the ESL and the LSE. You know what I'm saying? The slow learning, class. It's okay. I was there. Okay. And so when God told me to withdraw, when I pull my energy back, you know them big old industrial plugs, that's how me and my twin are connected. So when you pull that motherfucker out from the power source, it's a bang of a hell of a effect. And that's what happened. And if I felt it, I know he felt it. And then but because he hadn't worked on himself, he wasted 8 months of his life, 8 months of his life of trying to destroy me, which was crazy as hell to me, because I'm like, and I kept trying to tell him, whatever magic you're doing to me, you're doing it to yourself, because we mirror image, which means it's gonna bounce off of me and go right back to you immediately. See, that's why I believe God made me the responsible one, because he already knew, like Adam lied on Eve. Adam ate that goddamn apple off that tree. You heard me? And I believe this is the real story, because this is what I saw in my mind's eye. Satan actually was probably an alien, because he was lizard-like and he walked like man. So he was already in the garden. He wasn't slithering on his belly yet, because God hadn't cursed him yet. So now Adam being made, see, Adam was on one part of the garden and Satan was on the other part. So God moved the divider so they can run into each other, because he needed to get creation going. So in order to get creation going, you got to get the good and the bad together. So this is what I believe. So when Satan saw, now, because you got to remember, Satan was mad because God made man and put man above him. Okay? So God said, well, let me introduce you to man. God got jokes. My God, he funny. He got jokes. You know what I'm saying? He already know the beginning and the end. But I believe sometimes he do shit just to get a laugh, because I be cracking up at some of the things he be showing me, and I be cracking up at some of the things that he be saying to me, right? And that's why he loved me so much, because I use my imagination, right? So when God removed the divider and Satan saw Adam, they was like, what the fuck? They really was looking at each other like species and shit, because they are species. You know what I'm saying? One is an alien, a reptilian alien, and one is a God-made by hand human. You know what I'm saying? So the alien hadn't seen a human, and the human hadn't seen the alien, right? So imagine yourself, you be fucked up too. Okay, I'm trying to tell this story without laughing, but I'm just trying to tell you what I actually see in the garden, because I'm in the garden with them, right? So they over there looking at each other, and, you know what I'm saying? And they get a little closer. Then, I touch you, you touch me. And then you got the tree of life right there in front of, you know what I'm saying, in front of y'all. And so I believe that they were in awe of each other. And I believe it was some kind of sexual attraction. And I believe they kissed. But the thing about it, because Adam was made for Eve, and Eve could feel something was going on in the garden, and so she went to look for Adam because she was feeling his sexual arousal. But she needed to find out, why was he being sexually aroused when she was nowhere in his vicinity, okay? And so that's just like right now, this the 6 month, and it's mating season. My twin, we know, because we very, right now we like on sexual high alert. I want my twin so bad sexually, but I'm so angry at him. You know what I'm saying? And I'm mad too. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to see him. And I already told God, I asked God, and I told the universe, I don't want to see him till he got his shit together. I don't give a fuck if it's June of next year. I'll catch him next year, or none at all. You know what I mean? But anyway, long story short, so when Eve went into the garden, guess what? She had caught them kissing. And so they try to confuse Eve, right? By, trying to fuck with her eyesight, right? But Eve ain't no fool, right? So they played it out. They was like, oh, we was reaching for the apple and we, like it was an accidental kiss. Bullshit, right? But Eve gullible. You know what I'm saying? She get my